What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? LeToya Luckett, formerly of Destiny's Child, was recently on her IG Live talking to a fan about her time immediately after she was banned from the group. She said she was broke. At times, she had to sleep in her own car. She was homeless. She slept at other people's homes. And there were times that she was reduced to only being able to consume water and oodles of noodles. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of what happened with the group. Frankly, it ain't my business. What I am going to do is use this story to tell a larger story, and that is being a member of a group. One thing that she said that stuck out, she said if she hadn't been thrown out of the group and forced to be on her own, she may have never known that she had it in her to go at it alone because she was so used to being in a group. She said when she went out the first time on stage, before she went out, she cried. She was torn apart. She said she cried, I don't know how many times. She was terrified. Well, I started off as a solo artist, so I was already comfortable in that lane. And my situation is a little different also because when I left the Ghetto Boys, I left on my own and I had money when I left. But things did change drastically. Now, being in the group, there's a lot of moving parts. It's not yet just you. So there is the artist, there is the executives at the label, you got the marketing departments, you got to deal with radio personnel, you have to deal with video people. This is promotions and the networks. You have to deal with concert venues. When you're in a group, your group mates are actually the most important components that you have to deal with. Everybody got to be on the same page. The next most valuable component is management. When you're in a group, you can't have multiple managers. It don't work. You could have them, but it don't work. The group has to move as a unit. One group, one manager. That's what works best. In this particular group, they had problems with Matthew. Matthew is the manager. Let me tell you how the majors look at groups and management. They don't want to deal with groups. They don't want to deal with group members personally. They want to deal with one person who can control the group or who can be the voice for the group. That way, they're not having 2, 3, 4, 5 conversations. They have one conversation and he take it back to the group, and then the group say all the stuff they got to do. If they got a problem, they have some type of grievance, then they tell it to the manager. The manager goes and airs out the record label. And that's the relationship. The labels do not want to deal with artists personally, not the majors. They want to deal with the management because oftentimes the managers are not going to be emotional. Artists are emotional for the most part. Remember what Erykah Badu said, I'm an artist and I'm serious about my shit. Managers, business. Most managers, strictly business. They're going to take away the emotions and they're just going to get down, okay, what makes money? That's what makes sense to them. What makes dollars makes sense. So this is one of the biggest reasons why what was going on with the other two members, LeToya and LeToya, this is why it wouldn't work. They wanted to do their own thing. They wanted to have their own management. Wasn't going to work. So I can tell you this, if you're out there and you're thinking about being in a group or you're thinking about managing a group, just try to get that understanding and just come to terms with that. Like, it's crazy being in a group because you're dealing with multiple personalities. And then sometimes one person has multiple personalities. You got to deal with all of that. So if you're going to be in a group, I think being in a group is one of the most powerful types of art forms. If you're going to put out music, like groups have made some of the best music ever. In fact, most solo artists came from groups. It's a lot different today, but groups, I do miss the concept of groups. I miss that unit, moving as a unit, but you have different components and different personalities and everybody bringing something different to the table. Man, that's a beautiful thing. When everybody bringing something different and you're seeing all of that talent on so many different levels, oh man, that's a beautiful thing when it works. My parting words for anyone who's thinking about being a member of a group. Move as a unit, be a team player, but survive as an individual. That simply means make sure that you look after yourself, because you never know what other people have on their minds. They may become an alcoholic. They may be planning to leave the group and do their own thing. They may decide that, you know what, I don't even want to do this no more. And then what you got? You put all of your eggs in that one basket. Don't do that. Pimp C called me one day. We was having a talk about a contract. He said, Willie D, what you think I ought to do, man? I told him, do what's best for you and your family. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?